place to support those local shops.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to all the shopping. QR code, there it is, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. All right, guys, we're going to send it on over to you.
All right, thank you, ladies. We are talking about bubbles. Tiny bubbles.
You do need bubbles.
Rick Crosslin is here.
Bubbles are fun.
They are fun,
but
yeah.
there is a lot of science to bubbles. And so the first thing, Randy, go ahead and give us a little air.
Oh, you want me to blow through the straw?
Yes, there's two types of bubbles. No, easy, unless you want a face full of no bubbles. But you can see these bubbles coming up. That's a bubble of air in a water. And Randy, being a meteorologist, you should know how important that is, because the bubbles in the ocean bring material up into the atmosphere, which turns into dust, which makes clouds. So there's actually acoustic bubbleology. You can learn more about
part of the water cycle.
Part of the water cycle, and really helping with the model of climate and understanding of climate. But I went on the search for the best bubble solutions on the internet.
I bet you did.
So this one is supposed to be number one, but there's a guy in England called Chiron the Mighty, and he uses this. So there's two recipes.
So what's the difference between this and that?
Well, this one has agar, and this one has glycerin in it. This one has British soap. And that one has Dawn. But you can't really make a bubble just with regular water, because water likes to hold together. We call that surface tension. So if you try to blow, it just won't. Regular water won't do it. But there are bubbles. You'd be surprised how important bubbles are to what we eat and drink. Now,
you got George's attention right there.
I drink a lot of soda water, and this has carbon dioxide dissolved in it. And as these bubbles stick to little fractures in the glass, they start to come up. They do. And when they come up, that popping is what gives champagne its aroma and its flavor.
And you can hear the fizz.
And you can hear the fizz, and it actually shoots the little champagne jets up into the air. Cool. And so if you didn't have that bubble, it won't taste near the same. So bubbles are kind of cool, but really, let's just have some fun with some bubbles. So I have, first we'll try it. I made a little thing out of a wire right there. So you want to get your hands nice and soapy.
In here?
Yes.
Wow,
and
cold water.
It is cold. And that affects the bubbles. Cold is better.
Okay.
And so go ahead and put your wire in and bring it up. And I'm going to try to get a bubble film. So this is a different type of bubble. This is soap, water, and soap. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And you can bounce yours up and down. And that is a pretty good. If you go a little bit, maybe you can get a bigger bubble.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
We got about 1 minute here, Rick.
1 minute.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Look at that. Will it ever break? Or
yes, but the soap interacts with the surface tension and keeps the bubble together. But let's try it with our hands. Just take your hand and make a little opening like this and blow through it. Well,
I'm already.
Quiet, Newsome.
So
loser. It worked before the show.
So just make a little bit bigger opening. And
there it is.
So if you get these bubbles going, maybe I gave you the there we go.
There. Hey, let's do the one that quickly goes up to the ceiling. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
And so you can, with your hands being filled with bubbles, and if you look at this bubble, you see all these beautiful, beautiful patterns, because it's one wavelength, 1 micron thick. And we can actually study bubbles to see how the storms on Jupiter are going.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty cool. Now these are...
Let's do this real quick if we can here.
All right, these are some helium bubbles.
This is going to go way up there.
And since I'm putting helium in them, we hope that these bubbles will actually float, because they're lighter than air. There they go. Might want to grab a handful and see if we can get those to float.
Want me to grab some?
Yeah, underneath, and try it. And shake it up in the air, and we'll see if it does float.
Newsome? You're loving this.
Shake it on off. There you go.
God, there we go. We have a tiny bubble. There we go. Big one.
And since helium is a lot less dense than our regular air.
See why I'm doing this segment by myself, guys. George, over to you here. We're out of time.